Welcome back. This is Kamran Zahid from Lead Code. So in today's session, we'll be seeing that what is the business competence and what is the format that we use. The main core, if we see that from a high level, so these are the topics that we'll be discussing. Why business competence audit? So what are the pros and cons for that? What are the main divisions of a business? What are business functions and what are their core functionalities? And how to use the format that we are using. Okay, let's jump into the sheet that we have made. So these are three sheets in here. In this worksheet, there are three sheets. One is organization chart, second is audit, and third is a list of to-dos, that is Gantt chart. I will come to the first one. You'll see that there are plus and minus signs over there. You can simply collapse or expand the rows. This is these are the divisions of the business that we divide into for our uh, convenience and to manage the business. To understand this, it would be easier if we start from the last one, that is operations. So operations is whatever the promise that has been done with the customer. Delivering that promise is operations. So it could be product delivery, it could be service delivery, it could be customer experience. So that is and it has only two main business functions. One is customer experience, and the second is delivery of products and services that we are providing. So this is operations. If you talk about the BDM, that is business development management. This is primarily for to generate and deliver the need. That's it. So and this, there's marketing and sales primarily. So branding, marketing, product and service development, public relations, and sales. So this is the core functions of BDM. If we come to the first one, so it says that whatever the rest of the two divisions are doing, admin division helps them keep them doing. That's it. So they are the administration division is the support functions of all the other business development management and operations divisions. If you see that we have mentioned these abbreviations kind of thing, this is more of to easily remember the business functions, the names of the business functions. If you see the business functions here, we can see it's very obvious. So every division have multiple business functions. People and culture is a business function. There could be 10 people in this, there could be one people in this, but this is a business function. And the core functionality it has to do is primarily attract, develop, and engage a diverse, high performing workforce. So we have mentioned in detail what exactly are the core function are the functional goals of that business function, and then we have mentioned the keywords of that business function, so that if you want to know to just on a very high level that what exactly is people culture, it's about recruitment, people development, and happiness. That's it, right? So this is how we have divided we have developed this sheet. The thing that need to be done here, step number one, is that is the business function required or not. So there could be business functions that are not required in a business, depending upon the scale and the type of the business that people are doing. And this requirement is not just a requirement as of now, but for the next 1 year as well. So people and culture is a yes, it should be the case. Procurement is for services business, it's a no. For product business, it's a yes. So it would be the case that it would be yes in products and no in services business. When we select no, you'll see the row that is conditionally formatted, and it would be gray by default, so that the irrelevant ones are faded out, and we can focus on the active or the required business functions. So step number one is we need to fill this out required. And if you see this format, the columns that are highlighted in black or the background is black, they need to be constant. They don't need to be edited because they have consigned, they have, I mean, designated worked what they are assigned to. The rest of the columns need to be edited, and most of them are drop downs. If there is not a drop down, then that would be a text field. So in this case, we'll say that okay, Mr. James is responsible for this. For instance, just saying Mr. Will is responsible for this, but if Mr. Will is responsible for this, it means that this business function is working, right? So this is how we'll fill out the required column and the responsible column, responsible person column. When it comes to the system dependency column, column G, we have to select that the things that are being done in people and culture, is that a person dependent work or a system dependent work that is being going on, the practices that are going on. 5 stands for average, 10 stands for the best automated perfect system, and 1 stands for very, very low. So primarily there is no system and persons are doing that, and that person, that function, business function, or those tasks are being done either on their mood or on ad hoc basis. So there's not a proper system out there. Ones mean that. So we'll select a number here. Then we'll see that whatever process is there, be it person dependent or system dependent, the actions are consistent or not. We'll select yes or no, and then we'll see that the results and efficiency on a scale of 1 to 10, how efficient are those practices that we are doing, right? In this way, we'll fill out the required column. Number 2, responsible. Number 3, system dependent. Number 4, action consistency. And number 4, result and efficiency. Once this is done, this will give us a more of a high level audit of what exactly we are doing with our business functions and what exactly are we doing with our business. Once this is done, we'll move to step 2. So let's see the presentation as well. We have discussed this. Black header columns uh, need no editing, no data entry. This we have discussed, this discussed. So organization chart is discussed. Now we are moving to the audit part. So what exactly is needed in the audit sheet? Now, when we come to the audit sheet, what is need to be done is in audit sheet, again, you can see the plus and the minus icons. This is again for collapsing and expanding the rows if required, as per required. So if we expand this row, though we have selected in here in the organization chart that this business function is working or not working, still I have we have mentioned detailed to-dos or detailed high level kind of tasks that are required in that business function. And once we go through that, we'll be able to better decide that primarily that business function is existing in our business or not. It may be the case, it might be the case, as I work with a lot of small businesses and medium businesses, especially in small businesses and solopreneurs. They consider that particular function, that particular function, I mean, so let's say procurement, for example, do not exist in their business. But when we see the details of that, we see that okay, that is a task and that is being done, but as that task is being done very I mean very rarely, I mean like once or twice a month, and we and one person is doing that and that person is doing tons of other stuff as well. So it might be the case that he or she consider or thinks that that is not a proper business function because there is no such department. We need to understand that there is a difference between department and business function, right? So if anything is being done under that means that that business function is there. It's just that there is no department for that business function, and one person is taking care of multiple things. That is absolutely okay, and that is quite understandable for small and medium business. Okay, let's jump back to the audit sheet. So what we'll be doing is black columns, no editing required. Again, this is that business function required or not? So for example, if there is a team of 2 or more people, it means that there need to be an organogram for sure. We'll say that okay, this is required. Is so this is required. This is number 1. Second is, does this exist or not? Say okay, this exists. Okay, this exists, and that is good. Okay, and what exactly, how exactly is the organogram written? So we can say that that is written in Google Docs, for example, right? Whatever that is, that is written in Google Docs. Okay, the organogram is system dependent or not? So what is meant by that? So is there any system that if we get on board a new person, he or she is automatically added to the organogram? Is there any checklist for that? Is there any template? Is there any process for that? So if we hire a person or fire a person or we expand a team, do we have any system that systematically that organogram would be updated, be it manually or be it automatically? But there need to be a process out there. So is there a system out there, or we can call it system or process dependent, right? Just to understand that. So is that thing system or process dependent? And if yes, what on scale of 1 to 10 we consider that is? We say like just saying it's 6. Okay. Is the action consistent? We say no. What is the efficiency? We say like 5. Okay, the current system, whatever that is that we are doing, is that does it have automation potential? Can it be automated somehow? The tools, the processes that we're using, can that be automated? So for example, if we are using that organogram and the organograms are updated in on a whiteboard in our office or a chart paper, it means that there is no automation out there. It would be 1 then. But if that is based on a process and that process is integrated with something, so for example Google, that I mean just saying, so for example it is integrated. So let me rephrase it. So organogram, let's say we say that is in Google Docs. Okay. And that is integrated with Google Slides and Google Sheets. So we have a detailed document in Sheets. Whenever something comes up, we add or delete out there, and that is automatically updated out there. So this is something. It means okay, there is a automation potential. Yes, that can be done. Okay, can that be integrated or not? Again, yes or no, that need to be decided. So in this way, we will be taking care of the is there automated potential for that, and is there any integration capability? Yes or no. We'll see one more thing. So for example, we see background verification system, employee onboarding process. Let's see that. So is the onboarding process required? For sure, we have to hire employees. Does this onboarding process exist? It says no. Okay, so if the system is not present, it will simply mark the complete row out in gray. So okay, if we select something that is, I mean, that function is that particular task is not existing, it would gray out the row of the current situation that is going on. It means that we don't need to see that is that action consistent or not and process dependent or not, etc. Because if it doesn't exist, it simply means that that is missing. Okay, so in this way, we'll see that all the list that we have here, and they are like quite couple of tasks there, is around like more than 200 or so. It would take some time, it would take quite a good time, but this would help you to exactly have a very in-depth kind of analysis of the organization, that what exactly is going on with the organization and what need to be taken care of. Now, when we say that what need to be taken care of, this is the area that we would be working in. So, for instance, just saying, if we say about okay, uh, develop an organogram, just saying, or organogram is a simple task. Let's take this employee onboarding process. This intervention level is by default selected. You don't need to edit that because that's a black heading again. But just to let you know that what exactly are the levels. So the most highest level is the strategy level. Then a process is made. Then policies are developed, and after policies, standard operational procedures are developed or created, and then workflows are implemented or created. So there would be maybe a technology or tool that need to be taken care of. M&E stands for monitoring and evaluation, and it could be a simple task. So this is how we have divided this intervention level. As far as task category is concerned, it is again a few other drop downs. We'll check it out in just a sec. Okay, so we need to have a design and employee onboarding process that is not existing as of now. Okay, but that is required. So that is a process. So okay, create employee onboarding process. Okay, so what kind of task is this? Is that something that we need to optimize, or train our people, or upgrade, or automate, or integrate? Or if we have to build that for the first time, so that would be built. Okay, so that's task is means that this need to be built, right? Use Figma or whiteboard, Zoom for this. I'm just saying that. Okay, what steps need to be taken care of? Okay, this would be done for level one. For level two, we'll make an automated process for each designation. Let's say, just saying, right? So this would be that what exactly is the intervention level, what are the task details, what is the category of that task, and that what exactly further steps are needed to be taken. Once this is all done, it means that when we'll be completing all this, uh, once all of the things are done, then what we'll be doing is we'll be selecting this required, we'll be clearing it all, selecting yes. So we'll be getting only those tasks that need to be taken care of. We will copy the codes from the left, simply copy. We'll go to the Gantt chart, we'll simply paste them here. As soon as we paste them here, these fields are auto-populated based on the data that we have provided that in the audit field. Okay, let's before we move to this Gantt chart sheet, let's take a look on the points that we have taken. Okay, so okay, result and efficiency, automation potential, integration potential. Okay, all of this has been done. Then we have seen that is that actionable or not. Mean that do we require that or not? Intervention level we have discussed, task details we have discussed, categories we have discussed, further steps we have discussed. Okay, one thing that is that if we can enter tasks if required. For example, we see in here and we see that before filtering it out, we see that, for example, ADS is there, and we say, okay, we need to add another task, and that is we need to do ATS quotations to be bought, whatever task that is. And we'll simply do is we'll do this, and uh, no, one thing to be taken care of, and that is we will insert the rows, but we will insert that at the end of this because the numbering would get disturbed otherwise. So what we'll be doing is that I have left the white space there. We'll add a row here, for example. We'll click this to be automated. This need to be copy pasted. Uh, and key tasks need to be taken care of. Okay, this need to be done, whatever. And we'll select the intervention level and we'll select the task details, etc., so that that would be displayed in here. Because if we copy, so if for example we have done this, we copy the code, we paste in here, we get the data that we have entered in the audit field. So this is how we can add tasks if required. But I would not recommend that, actually. That can that might jeopardize the format of the data. Okay, so this is done. Now we are discussing the strategic Gantt chart sheet that we are doing right now. What is in here? Let's see and jump into that. So this is the strategic Gantt chart. We have copied the codes from the audit field so that we audit sheet so that we exactly know what exactly need to be done. Once all the data is in here till column G, we need to the number one thing that we need to do is to assign an owner. So we say that this would be done by uh, Eugene, for example. Pardon my spellings. Progress means that what exactly is the progress on this task. So we say like, okay, 8% has been done so far. Let's say, right, 8%. What is the starting date that we need to start? We say that, okay, we need to start that by October the 10th. Okay, and how many days will it take? How many days, as in like if we have, let's say, like 7 working hours a day that are productive 7 hours, how many hours will this task take? So we decide that okay, it would take like 42 hours, let's say. It means that it would take 6 working days to get it done. Okay, so we get it 6 days later, so that we can have the estimates or estimations of what exactly is what exactly is the time that it will take to complete the task. The next task is that we have to see that when are the dates or which are the dates that we are planning it to start. Okay, we say that okay, man, this is October. This is where October is starting. Today's 7th, for example. Said okay, man, this cannot be done until the next week. Okay, and 6 working days. It means that and one cell or one column represents 1 week. So we said consider that okay, this could be done in this week and another week. It takes 6 days, but it might have some spillover or some extra tasks, or we need to have some buffer time anyways. So what we'll be doing in here is we'll simply put a dot in here or a decimal point in here, and it would automatically format this way. And we can see that okay, once this will be done here, then we'll be having a review here, for example. Okay, so we mentioned it like this. For this task, we say that okay, this is a 10 days tasks, and it would take us quite this number of weeks. Once this is all done, this is Gantt chart. We'll be able to see that exactly in the first week of, in any particular week, what exactly are the tasks that need to be done. It can be simply, very simply, added a filter in here. And once that is done, once we have mentioned the dates or exactly the weeks that we want to do work that in, the last step would be we can select or filter. And if we say so, for example, we want to see that okay, what is that this third week of November look like, and what are the tasks that need to be done. We'll simply go in the filter, we uncheck the blanks, and this would be the task. So we know that okay, these two tasks need to be done. Because we have not mentioned much data here, so it is not showing in here. But once the audit is completely done and the tasks are written, and once those codes are pasted in here, we'll be having extensive data, and we can have exactly we can have a very good forecast of the tasks that would need to be done, and when, and we can accommodate we can allocate the times and finances and the teams accordingly. Let's hop into the on the presentation once again, so that we know that we are not missing anything. 6 entries on a duration to be added, etc. And we'll add in here the selected weeks. These dots need to be added. We have discussed this, and the filters can be used to view the particular week's tasks. So this is how we'll go about the from the organization chart to audit and to the Gantt chart, so that and it will give us a detailed overview of what need to be done and when and who will be doing those tasks. I hope and pray that you will be the most amazing person in your life, and your best version, and may your business rock. Happy growth. Take care. Bye bye.